It might be a wrap, y'all. I'm losing hope. I'm losing faith. It might be a wrap, especially considering what the MVP and WNBA champion A'ja Wilson just had to say about this CBA.
ESPN is going to love this one because it hits every button people can't ignore. Team USA, a superstar, and a rumor that says someone got pushed out so Caitlin Clark could step in. Now listen carefully. People are throwing the word fired around. But right now, what's blowing up online is a story, not a clean official roster release you can point to. And the reason it's going viral is because it feels believable. Stay with me to the end because I'm going to give you a simple 3-signal checklist that tells you when a Team USA roster story is real and when you're being played for clicks. Here's the story the internet is pushing.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the delusion. This is the entitlement that is prevalent throughout the WNBA dump. This victim mentality, blaming everyone else for your history of huge embarrassing failure. This refusal to accept responsibility for the fact that this league has been pretending to be in business for 30 years and has still never turned a profit. And I say pretending to be in business because if the WNBA were operating like an actual business, this league would be bankrupt.
It starts with a phone call. They say A'ja Wilson picks up, thinking it's the usual Team USA check-in. Schedules, camp details, normal stuff. But instead, she hears the one sentence no veteran wants to hear. You're not on the roster, not we're adjusting your role, not we're shifting minutes. The story says she's just off. And the transcript version adds one detail designed to hit you in the gut. Right after the call, A'ja allegedly texts her agent 3 words. 3 words. That forces your brain to fill in the emotion, shock, anger, betrayal. Therefore, even people who don't like A'ja click, because they want to know what the 3 words were. But here's where it gets bigger than one call. The rumor claims Team USA didn't do this because A'ja can't play. That would be ridiculous. It claims they did it because the environment changed, because the spotlight changed, because Caitlin Clark is now the center of the attention economy in women's basketball. The story says A'ja spent 2 years taking shots at Caitlin, questioning her impact, undermining her achievements, and it says it finally backfired. Now, I'm not telling you any of that is confirmed. I'm telling you why this rumor spreads like fire.
KTV was slipping. Shout out to Christine Brennan. Team USA, y'all need to stop playing. Hold on, wait a second. Y'all will recognize and appreciate Caitlin Clark as the face of this whole get-up. Nobody's checking for these other, no disrespect. Great basketball players, that don't mean people checking for you. You mean to tell me y'all put other people's face all on the Team USA stuff and y'all left Caitlin Clark off of it? Have you lost your mind?
Doesn't have time for petty stuff. They believe international basketball is ruthless. Short camps, hard cuts, no patience. Therefore, the rumor feels like something Team USA would do if they thought chemistry was even slightly off. And here's the fear factor. If the internet can sell the idea that A'ja Wilson is expendable, then every player hears the message. Nobody is safe if the organization decides the next era matters more than the old order. But the craziest part of this story isn't A'ja, it's Caitlin. Because look, the rumor doesn't just say Caitlin makes the roster. It says she replaces A'ja, it says she gets the keys, starting point guard, the engine. That's the part that triggers the comment wars. To some fans, it feels like disrespect, but to others, it feels like the future. So let's separate what's real from what's narrative. What is real is that USA Basketball has been running this cycle through camps and evaluation pools, and credible coverage has already placed Caitlin Clark in the senior national team training camp environment alongside young stars and Olympic vets. That's not a starting point guard stamp, but it is a signal. Therefore, once Caitlin is in the room, the internet does what it always does. It builds a story where the old guard gets displaced and it picks a symbol. This time, that symbol is A'ja Wilson. Now, if you want my honest take, the reason this rumor is sticky is because it matches what international basketball actually values. FIBA play is not the WNBA. Different whistles, different spacing, different rhythm. You don't get the same time to figure it out. Therefore, Team USA selection isn't only about who is the best in the W on a random Tuesday night. It's about who adapts fast, who fits in a short camp, and who can create advantages immediately. And Caitlin's style travels. The passing travels, the pace travels, the deep shooting travels, the ability to create a shot for someone else with one read, that travels. But it also comes with something Team USA can't ignore anymore. Attention. Because when Caitlin is on the floor, every possession becomes a clip. Every clip becomes pressure. Therefore, she doesn't just change the game, she changes the environment around the game. And that's where this rumor becomes a warning. If you're a veteran who publicly fights the league's biggest attention magnet, you create friction with the very thing that is growing the sport. Team USA doesn't want friction. They want alignment. They want winning. So here's the question you should be asking. If Team USA believes Caitlin can run the offense and also bring the world's eyes with her, would they be willing to annoy people to lock in that future? That's what this rumor is really testing. It's testing whether the sport has moved from respect the hierarchy to follow the gravity. Now, I promised you a payoff. Here's the 3-signal checklist to tell if a Team USA roster story is real. Signal 1, primary source. Did USA Basketball or FIBA publish it directly? Not a clip channel, not a caption account, a direct release, direct tracker. If it's not there, treat it as unconfirmed. Signal 2, multiple reputable confirmations. Do at least 2 established outlets report the same roster detail, and do they point to real documents or real officials? If one account says official and nobody else backs it up, that's not official, and that's marketing. Signal 3, the timeline makes sense. Team USA doesn't fire people like a workplace. They build pools, invite to camp, and then select for specific windows. Therefore, if the story skips the process and jumps straight to a dramatic cut, be suspicious. If all 3 signals line up, then you've got something. If they don't, then you're watching roster theater. But here's the part that matters. Even if this rumor is fake, this is where women's basketball is going. More attention, more politics, more leverage, more fear. And the moment Team USA actually puts Caitlin in a major role, the sport's power map shifts. Not just on the court, in the media, in endorsements, in who gets defended, in who gets blamed. So I'll end with one simple question. If you were building Team USA for the next era, would you build around Caitlin's gravity, even if it upset the old hierarchy? If you're still watching, drop Team USA Shift in the comments.